Just a short video just to explain one of the things I've done with this chicken run to hopefully create a bit more worm activity in the sort of deeper layers of wood chip bedding. So I've started putting these troughs around the outside, and I've just got crimson clover and white clover at the moment, and what happens is you can see that where it pokes through, the chickens have a little peck and get a little bit of a supplement to their diet through the eating the leaves there. And the other thing I've got is comfrey, which seems to be growing really quite well around here as well. So they're just some big roots I dug up, but they've got lots of nice new leaves on them already. And you can see where they're closer to the chicken run, they've been nipped by the chickens. So this is one of my soil feeding stations. So it's, once again, it's a 25 litre container, and I've just set that into the ground and put some wood chip around it. And you can see there's some fresh chicken manure in there. I've got this tower in there for a bit of aeration. I'm not really sure if I need that or not, but it's not going to do any harm anyway. And then again, I've got another 25 litre cut down container, and I've just dug up a big clump of comfrey leaves, and I've just put those in there. Unfortunately on this one I haven't drilled out those holes to make some handholds, so it's a bit awkward to put in, so I'll probably have to put the phone down really to do this. I'll just try and slide it over. Yeah, it's much easier to use two hands to lift the container, but the idea is that it's just a volume of habitat that will be habited by worms in there, and then comfrey is just like a kind of a lid for that material. But what I wanted to do is be able to harvest the worm casts as well. So obviously with this one, the white container is can be pulled out from the ground, and then the worm casts can be harvested. But what I thought, in a way, what I'm going to do here is I've got, not sure if you'll be able to see, no, it's a bit deep now, but there is a 100mm depth of scaffold board timber, and then underneath there's one that's got mesh on it. And what I'm thinking of doing is, rather than having the mesh underneath the run to stop burrowing animals from foxes and things from digging underneath the run, what I'm going to do is make another frame that fits at this level, so it'd be 100mm from the top, and maybe some of these cut down containers on there as a sort of support. And then the idea is there'll be 100mm of wood chip, then a layer of mesh, and then basically that whole run will be like a large sort of wormery tray. And then when it's time to sort of harvest or change the bedding, the top section will be able to be lifted off, and then the mesh will be removed because that'll be a separate piece. That 4 inches of material can just be dug out, shoveled to one side, mulched on beds, and then replaced by a fresh layer of wood chip, or alternatively the top layer of wood chip can be cycled through, and then just a 4-inch layer of wood chip over the top. Well, as you can see here, what's quite nice is when the chickens are digging, they throw up the wood chip into the troughs around it, so they're getting a continuous layer of mulch, and obviously there'll be some manure in there as well. I just thought that's quite nice, because then the organic matter is sort of consumed by the plants as they grow, and in turn the chickens eat that greenery, and then they're replenishing the soil all the time. And then you can see it gives them a little bit more stimulation, a little bit more sort of to look into and kind of get a little peck at. And obviously any slugs on those plants, they'll eat those slugs too, which is quite good. But yeah, this is these two white chickens are the biggest, and there's the two hens there, and there's another sort of brown hen, and this is a little cockerel who's quite sweet. But they do a lot of digging, and yeah, I just thought it's quite a nice system. If I can actually make a way of harvesting the castings, I think that'd be really good, because it just it circulates that material into the beds. And as again you can see, the chickens are building up the mulch onto that comfrey there, so those plants will do really well because they're getting lots of nitrogen through the chicken manure, and then the chickens are getting the benefits of having plants as well. I think it's quite good because it gives them a little bit of, they're not exposed so much, they've got a bit of greenery around them as well. But what I'm thinking of doing is extending this run. At the moment this is only maybe 2'6" wide. I wanted to extend it again, probably keep it in trays, but make this so the roof, rather than going up and down, it just goes up to the centre and then it's twice as wide. So that'll give them a lot more height as well, because obviously they're getting bigger. They need a bit more space. But I think that's really quite good with the clover, because they're really enjoying that. And they're laying eggs. They're laying there's one egg every day really, or no eggs one day and then two eggs the next day kind of thing. That's quite good. It's not really about the eggs, it's more about the caring for the animals and making a habitat that sort of benefits them and benefits us really. It's quite good. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll leave you with the little hens.